Good morning, party people. Nice, chilly morning here in the San Francisco area. Man, lost about 6 hours yesterday. Should have been working on that wagon, looking for parts. Wow. Man, if we're going to do a manual swap, we need all the manual donor parts and the hardware and stuff to attach that stuff. Man, I had to go to Sacramento to get screws and bolts to bolt on the flywheel. I don't always have that stuff extra. I try to keep that stuff extra, but I don't always have it. And then when I do use it or give it to somebody, I got to find some more or order some more from the dealer. So this stuff is, man, I give you the checklist, but man, it don't have all the little tedious stuff on there. So I'm going to redo the checklist so you can check that stuff off, and when I get there, we'll have everything. Other than that, you know, it's a hostage situation. Looking for parts, waiting for parts, and can't do no work. So I think I got 1 or 2 more parts to pick up this morning, and then we can hit that thing hard and hopefully get that car done by this evening. Other than that, a little windy out, almost a record-breaking cold morning, but it feels good to me in the 30s. And we're going to try to get started on that car here in about an hour and a half. Hope you enjoy today's clips. Welcome to Hanging Out with Robert. That's me. This video contains things that I encounter throughout the day. If for some reason I complete a task and you would like to see the details, you can click on the link in the description area below. This video also contains tips and tricks that I learned throughout the years. I plan on leaving this video accessible for about 30 days. After that, you can view it through my Patreon account. Thank you very much for watching. Here at the salvage yard outside of Sacramento. It's supposed to be a nice Volvo 850R sedan out here. The pictures, it had all kind of stuff on it. But stuff disappears fast. This ain't it. Well, could have been it. Yep. That thing's been hit hard already. Parts are gone. Rear fin's gone. See if it had any anti-sway bars. Nope. Stock sway bars. Don't know how long it's been out here, but rip kit's gone, intake manifold's gone, all kind of stuff's gone. Seats are in rough shape. I guess I'm out. Dash is in busted up too. Well, I tried. Got that exhaust tip. That's a nice thing to find. It's not rotted away. I carefully tried to pull the center console piece out, and it looked good up there, but it's got a couple of cracks there, big crack there, a little chunk missing there. I think this stuff just happened when I pulled it up over the gear shifter knob. This stuff is so delicate. I think I'm going to leave this here. Man, that would have been nice. This is crazy how delicate this stuff is. I thought I was going to have a piece to sell or put in one of my other cars, but it's busted. Its dash is busted too in a couple spots. This is crazy. Not much out of this car, but if somebody wants these seats, they're here. Of course, the back's usually nicer than the fronts. Out of a sedan, they're not too bad. And somebody got the door cards. They got most of the good stuff off. They got that R bumper, door cards, and a few other things. So not much left on this R, baby. Not much at all. Pretty S90. Purple. vinyl seats on the edges. I thought these seats were leather. Do. Look at that thing. Looks good. It's got a rear wing on the back. Probably fits your 940s too. 960, 940. It is purple with a moose badge. And it's got the brackets. Nice. How often do you see this when you're not at a car show? Platinum Wagon. 5, 4. Another Platinum Wagon. Look at that thing. We're going to kick off the actual Tinker Day. Did some Volvo scanning. We're going to look at them satellite wheels. Man, we're going to draw down the AC on this thing, see if it'll hold a vacuum, and probably get this AC service and working. Got everything hooked up. We selected recovery. We're going to kick off the Tinker Day on this one with the manual swap by removing this flex plate and getting this stuff ready to go together. We have the axles out, the suspension disconnected from the car, the brake calipers are hanging on the struts are disconnected. I believe we may be ready to pull the subframe down. So I'm going to lower the car down, double check the top one more time, make sure nothing's connected up top. Then we're going to get the jack, the engine support mechanism over there under here, set it up, bring the car down to it, and pop these subframe bolts loose and raise this car up off of this package. We are ready to come down, knock the subframe bolts loose, and we got this nifty little cart here, hydraulically operated with an electric pump, and we got it lined up. So I'm going to go ahead. I need to disconnect those fuel lines and disconnect that bottom exhaust bolt there. Then we should be ready. So let me do that and then lower this thing on here. Here we go, folks. We are down to the ground. Look at that original water pump. See, it's missing a cog right there. 2 cogs missing a cog, 3 cogs missing a cog. 2 cogs. Nope, 3. Oh, it's only got 2 in one spot. All the other spots it's got 3 missing a cog. So that's an original water pump. You do not want that on your car. I promise you. Actually, yep, it's an Asian Volvo pump. Old is dirt. Hydraulic tensioner, missing the safety clip. I guess I'm going to roll this time if it'll go. If it'll roll, put it in time. Well, this is actually in time there. That's in time there, but this doesn't look in time here. So the crank is off, probably 3 teeth. Can't see down in there. Let me see if I got my light on. Yep, light's on. I'm going to try to roll that crank on time, see where that is. But anyway, let's work on getting this thing off of this subframe. That front engine mount is worn, not totally blown out yet. And get this old stuff off the cradle, get the new stuff on the cradle, and work on getting this thing back in the car. And I need to get in the car and swap out all of the stuff for the interior. So let's look at this turbo. Look what the turbo looks like. Ooh, that looks rusty in there. There's coolant in there. Turbo is almost seized up. That turbo is bad. Look at that liquid in there. That's a no-no. Definitely got some fluid mixes going on here. Let me get to work on swapping this stuff over that we need to swap over. I made a mistake and pulled the hydraulic tensioner before I set the timing up, which is a no-no. So I'm going to Put the hydraulic tensioner back on real quick. Already got it compressed in the C-clamp. Set the timing and put that stuff back on. And let me get that going because we're going to put new Volvo quality timing belt parts on this thing. I got the crank on the mark. You see the 2 notches on there. My cams are off. Probably 2 teeth. 2 teeth this way. 2 teeth this way. So I got to set those cams up. Since I took that off, it probably jumped time. So anyway, let me get this belt loose and put those timing things back on their marks and get this ready for its new parts. I'm going to focus on getting that off of that cradle. So over here, what I'm going to do is, oh man, I'm dripping coolant out of this radiator still. I got to try to get that plug back up in there. That got really tight yesterday. And is that coolant on that intercooler? Shoot, I hope not. But it don't matter. That could have been blowing through the turbo. Anyway, I got to take that bolt loose there. Take these 2 bolts loose here. Take this bolt loose here. And I should be able to lift this off of this thing here. So I'm gonna have to set that on the ground or on a dolly somewhere so I could use that to get this thing off of here and set it out of the way. I'll ask him if he wants to set anywhere in particular. Ask Andrew. We got the wire harness off of this thing. Now we're going to take the AC compressor off, the alternator off, and get this engine transmission transported somewhere else off of this cradle, because I need this cradle for my new stuff. Well, this is interesting PCV stuff. Instead of hooking this up to the end of the intake manifold, they just plugged it. That's one way to do it. Wrong. There it is, folks. Next stop with this subframe with the steering components on there. A super legit power washer. And that's the old stuff going to the somewhere, and we got the replacement stuff over there. So actually that transmission off that V70R is not going on our car, but I did notice that collar sleeve is destroyed, so angle gear is probably not too good either. See if we can see down in there. The teeth on the angle gear, yeah, they're about halfway there. Not too bad. I've seen worse. For some reason, the tips look better than the top sides. So anyway, that's a angle gear off a 98 V70R. That's it for tonight. We put up all our tools. We're going to throw out these boxes and head back to the house. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.